Hello everyone, and welcome back to the island of Misei. My name is Kara, and today I will be showing you all of my tips and tricks for converting my island into winter and Christmas time. So I will be doing a lot of festive decorating today. As you can see, I am working in my cathedral first, and what I'm doing is changing out a lot of the colors. This cathedral was built for Halloween, which is why it is so purple. So I am converting it into more of an ice cathedral, and I will be changing all of these colors to some icy blue tones, and I will be changing the simple panel design as well. I'm also changing out the decor in front of the cathedral. I'm adding a large illuminated Christmas tree as well as some reindeer. And I think those will look really beautiful from a distance and help frame the cathedral. It's important to consider the use of light in your builds so that you can make sure that your builds look good at both night and daytime. It's also important to consider music. I like to add little speakers around my island with music that fits the theme of the build that it is in. So I'm playing KK Chorale in here because it is a very cathedral-y song. Now I am changing my custom design. Please do not be worried or scared about changing your custom designs to fit every season. The colors change at pretty much every month in this game, so I think it's really handy to adjust your custom designs to fit. And I know for those of you who are not very good at custom designs, there are creators out there who post their grids online, but be careful to always credit them. As for my house, I am going to be changing everything with the color scheme here except for the white stucco on the exterior because that's what matches my Parisian theme. So I'm going for a really bold gold and red door and a green mailbox as well as a green thatched roof, which I never would go for normally. But because the roof will be covered in snow, you can be a little bit bolder than you otherwise would. And I think that comes out really nice. We'll see how that looks later. And as you can see, I have a rooftop area behind my resident services, and the fastest way to change out the decorations is to just overwrite the original custom code with a new one. I'm also adding a tiny little Christmas tree, and I'm changing the music player to be a different color, as well as the tea cozy. That's definitely one of my biggest tips for efficiently converting to a new season is just to overwrite your old patterns because then you won't have to re-customize things. Another tip I have is to change out your colors just so that everything matches and feels really cohesive. I really like this blue color scheme, so I will use it elsewhere on my island. But because I went for such a green and red theme for my house, I decided to match that with a over-the-top Christmassy little cafe over here, so I swapped everything out to be red. As for my villager neighborhood, something that I find to be really easy is to just add a bunch of small festive trees so that all of your villagers can have a little tree of their own that they've decorated. I also like to add snowflakes. The illuminated snowflakes look beautiful next to most of the houses. And I also highly recommend giving your villagers festive wreaths or ornament wreaths, but unfortunately I do not have those DIYs quite yet. but definitely give those to your villagers, they will display them. Another quick and easy trick is just changing out the awning on your stalls to a new pattern and going for some bolder color choices in the wood. I am also taking inspiration from some real-life pictures, and I am basing this little Christmas decoration on a Dior shop in Paris. And I think that is a really fun trick because it reminds you to try out things that might not otherwise be what you would go for, such as putting a Christmas tree up really high. Alright, and I'm going to go to sleep and dream of snow, and as you can see, there's tons of snow this morning, and I can finally put my ornament wreath on my door, as well as some new lights just to keep it glowy and warm all winter. In my museum area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple more stools just for seating. As you can see, I've placed some white patterns that kind of look like snow, just to help blend the edges of these non-custom paths. And then I'm going to add the green illuminated reindeer statues because I feel like they look like hedges, and a lot of hedges are evergreen, so I feel like that looks really nice, especially during the daytime. Most of the illuminated stuff doesn't look super amazing during the day, but I really love those reindeers as faux hedges. Now I'm going to create a little ice skating rink. It's just super easy. I'm creating a square, and I'm using the terracotta pattern because I figure that it will create a really nice texture on the underside of this custom design.
It's cold outside. Maybe someday you'll realize
Something that I think is really handy to have next to your ice skating rink if you have any extra space to fill is a little seating area, especially taking use of these nice picnic blankets that we have. I just think that's really cozy, and I'm continuing that pattern elsewhere in my island, such as on these stools, as well as adding more seating just so that I can get cute pictures of my villagers. The kids' tent item is really cute, and I really wanted to incorporate it into my ice skating area just to give everyone a nice spot to relax after they're done skating. I've also made a little cafe stand that matches the Able Sisters in the background. Don't shy away from decorating your Able Sisters or nooks with things that are kind of unrelated to the actual store. I think this looks really nice with the Able Sisters. The Able Sisters is a perfect Christmassy colored building to use, and I don't think we should be bound to using just things that have to do with clothing for decorating them. I also, as always, highly recommend using lots of little custom patterns to ground your items. Putting them underneath of an item makes it look a lot more detailed and like it belongs in the area. This idea of putting the illuminated tree in the center of my ice skating rink comes from my friend Nabby Berry on Instagram, and I'm sure other people have done it. It's not like copyrighted by her, but that's where I learned about it, and I definitely was inspired to do the same thing. I'm also adding a very large Christmas tree outside of this shop, and it's centered on my entrance. As for this little cafe, I'm just adding a small Christmas tree. I feel like with all of the wintry designs, you don't need to go too over the top. Just a small item is more than enough. And also remember to change out your cake hats, if you're still using those nowadays, for some festive designs. I got these from Suyu on Instagram, who is a Japanese creator who makes tons of really amazing ones. If you're new here, you may not know, but I always cite the social media handles of design code creators instead of just handing out the design code directly. This is just because I don't want people to forget who creates them. I just want everybody to know and appreciate the people who do this for us, because I know that my island would not be what it is without these amazing artists, and I'm really grateful to them. So I highly encourage you to look into doing the same on your social media accounts. Yeah, highly encourage it. And I will put their social media in the description. If it takes me a little bit to get the design codes that you want put up in there, it's because it takes a little bit of detective work sometimes to figure out who they are. But if you're patient, I do think it's worth it. And if you leave a comment with what you're specifically looking for, if it's not in there yet, then I will be sure to put that at the top of my list for finding it. I'm working on a little Christmas market, and this place is a new area on my island. I'm considering posting a full speed build of this area, just to show you how I put everything together. But this is just a really simple way to put together a Christmas market. It's inspired by a Japanese creator on Instagram. I will post a screenshot of their account, but it's very loosely inspired by it. I just wanted to cite them because I think they have a very inspiring set of cafe streets on their island. This little area behind the museum, just a nice little lookout point. I've added a cozy fireplace as well as another little festive tree, just to easily get it into the spirit. Remember when you're placing items in the stalls that you don't necessarily have to place them sideways. You can actually place them from the sides of the stall if you want them facing outwards. Christmas is a very good excuse to use lots of items you otherwise wouldn't use anymore, such as this bright green toy box and the cornucopia, which doesn't really go with most of my island. It's a really fun excuse to use all of the toy items that we might not otherwise use in a European-style island, and I think they look really cute. So here is another little design tip. It is using one of your picnic blanket designs to set out little blankets in your marketplace for wares to be sold. These are some ugly sweaters that we made at my friend Alex's live stream. Alex designed these live on stream based on our suggestions, and it was really fun. This live stream was part of the Animal Crossing Advent event, which is also what this video is part of. And I found it so fun hanging out with all these amazing creators and meeting a bunch of new people. So I highly recommend you check us out on the ACNH Advent Twitter and Instagram for more videos for the rest of the month. And lots of fun streams, lots of events. We're doing some giveaways and design contests as well. And I highly recommend you come visit us. One more fun tip is to use the balloons from earlier in the summer. I feel like they've just been languishing in my storage and I haven't used them at all, but I think they look really cute in this setting. And that's it for my decorating. I hope you guys really enjoy these areas. Let me know if you'd like to see a speed build of this one or of the museum area, because I did film footage for them. I just didn't have time to edit them. And I thought it would be fun to give everyone a sneak peek of new areas that haven't been anywhere else on social media or YouTube. I really love how the marketplace especially turned out, but let me know which you found the most inspiring and if you learned any new tips. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you are new, I would highly encourage you to subscribe if you're interested in any of these areas that you saw today, because I will be posting some full-length speed builds. Depends on which one you want to see first, let me know on that one. But yeah, lots of new videos coming soon. I'm continuing to build this very unfinished Parisian-themed island, and just trying to overall be really ambitious with my builds, such as this cathedral, and yeah, just always make new things. If you are returning, thank you so much for your continued support. It means so much to me that people are actually interested in what I've been making, and I really hope that these are helpful to you on your own islands. If you make anything designed based off of these ideas, please tag me on Instagram or Twitter, or maybe even Reddit, at Muse, and I will definitely check it out. I can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Bye!